Hey friendo, Steve here. Welcome back to Wrestle Juice. New year, new set. Let me know what you guys think of this new setup here in the comments below. I just wanted a breath of fresh air over here at Wrestle Juice. Anyways, today we're going to talk about AEW. Now, they didn't have the best 2022 on record. They came in hot from an awesome 2021, and because of a couple different issues, both in and out of Tony Khan's control, they stumbled a lot in 2022. Between the publicly embarrassing brawl out situation, Tony Khan featuring way too much Ring of Honor and AEW programming, injury bug, creative, which just didn't seem all that inspired year round. A lot of people sort of took notice of AEW not having the greatest 2022 that they maybe could have had. So I figured, let me come up with 10 things that Tony Khan could totally use in 2023 to make it a better one for AEW. I don't know if all these are even possible, but we're going to go ahead and give it a shot. The most difficult one is probably the first one, and I'm going to say it. It's the thumbnail of the episode. Tony Khan needs to bring back CM Punk. Now, regardless of where you stand on the whole brawl out situation, CM Punk really was important to AEW's business. There's a reason Tony Khan called CM Punk the Plus Delta. It's the reason why he put the title on Punk. It's the reason why he put Punk front and center on the video game cover, because he knew that he was very important to his company. A lot of casual wrestling fans who had drifted away from WWE knew about CM Punk, remember CM Punk, and came to AEW because of CM Punk. So I think it kind of make all the sense in the world for Tony Khan to capitalize on the controversy of Brawl Out and continue to capitalize on the popularity of CM Punk and bring him back to the damn company. I understand there were tons of bridges burned, but they're just people. I feel like if you can sit them down, give him a bunch of money, make them apologize to each other, maybe they can hash it out. Or maybe just have CM Punk go to his own locker room and be like, hey, you know what? All you got to do is wrestle this guy. You're just doing a fake fight, and then you can go fuck off. You don't have to see each other again. In any event, if he doesn't bring back CM Punk, guess what's going to happen? If CM Punk really wants to stick it to AEW, he's just going to go over to WWE. He'll just forget about all that shit he's talked about them over the years, and he'll forget that he seems to hate Triple H, and he'll go to WWE because Triple H will probably sign CM Punk if he has the opportunity. It'd be really silly for him not to, because again, CM Punk, wherever he goes, people follow, controversy creates cash, all that stuff. All right, let's go ahead with my second idea here. Make Jade Cargill a double champion. Now, I feel like Jade Cargill, and this is my own opinion, is sort of the closest thing AEW has, along with the Acclaimed, to like a homegrown potential mainstream crossover star. She's not there yet, don't get me wrong, but I kind of feel like she has that aura about her, and I feel like she's been just sort of on her own TBS championship island over the course of the past year or so, for as long as she's had the TBS title. And I really feel like she should cross over into the main AEW Women's World Championship scene and maybe be the one to take it off of Jamie Hayter. I know you guys are going to throw a bunch of tomatoes at me in the comments for that one because everybody loves their Jamie Hayter. I love Jamie Hayter too, but feel like Jade Cargill needs her time with both championships, and then you build up somebody else. Maybe Jamie Hayter's the person to take both those titles off of Jade Cargill. I don't know, because I feel like all the competition is in the AEW Women's World Championship scene, and the TBS title scene is a sort of like for super secondary challengers, and Jade Cargill, she just eats them all up and spits them all out. Idea number 3, use Miro. Everybody loves Miro. I honestly feel like Miro is one of the very, very few people who have actually been used a lot better in AEW than he was in WWE. I think the Redeemer character is one of the more interesting things AEW's come up with, and he really sort of shed the whole Rusev thing in the process. I thought he was probably the second best TNT champion, no third, behind Cody Rhodes and Brody Lee. And I think you should have Miro carry some gold. I mean, come on, like just have him win the All Atlantic title, which he should have done in the first place. And then he can just beat a bunch of people that are far lower on the totem pole than he is for like a year. And then you're going to do a job, then have him do a job to somebody really important. I don't know, like Malachi Black or something. Let's go to number 4. Focus more on stories. Now, I know just recently, I believe on the Grapsity podcast, Tony Khan said, stories are overrated. I kind of liked it back in the old days of Nitro, and people would just be thrown together for a match, and there was no rhyme or reason to it. I kind of feel like what put AEW on the map, though, are stories like Kenny Omega's run is like champ. He's going around belt collecting. Hangman Page's ascent to the title scene. CM Punk versus MJF was a terrific story. CM Punk versus Eddie Kingston was a terrific story. AEW is chock full of really good stories in their past, and I feel like in 2022 they kind of got away from that. The only guy really was telling stories in AEW
was Chris Jericho.
Chris Jericho, whatever he touches, he turns into a story. That's why he's always so much fun to watch. That's what they should be doing all the time in AEW. It's cool to have like just random ass matchups here and there, but you don't want to lose sight on the thing that brings people in, and that's the stories, man. You tell a story one week and you want to know what happens next. Number 5, push House of Black hard. It's kind of inconceivable that they had these 3 amazing talents in the House of Black. I'm sorry, I should say 4 at this point. And due to the misuse, evidently like 2/4 of them, 1/2 of them wanted out of the company. I think Malachi Black even said he had asked for his release. I mean, I don't know why House of Black really wasn't pushed as hard as they possibly could be. Their presentation is outstanding. People love them. They're great wrestlers. Everything about them is really awesome. And yet they really have not been utilized nearly as well as they should have been. That's been a huge dropped ball. You need to push House of Black a lot harder. Number 6, keep the factory off TV. Look, I don't usually like advocating for people losing their spot on cable TV, but like every time I see the factory on TV, I know exactly what's going to happen. They're going to lose. That's their function. But here's the thing, it kills any drama and tension and reason for me to continue to watch what I'm seeing on TV when the factory's on, because I know exactly what's going to happen. There's a different way you can get guys that you're trying to push to get wins over people without using the factory. Just have them get wins over other people who we haven't seen before, or other people who can take a loss, as opposed to the factory who's that's all they do is take losses. And on top of that, with the factory, all of the character development with those guys is done on Dark and Elevation, 2 shows that I don't watch because it's on YouTube and who cares. And it's just the same thing over and over again. It's this QT Marshall just keeps on getting beat. Number 7, give us FTR versus Young Bucks 3. FTR's almost gone. Their contract's up, I think, in April, or at least that's what Dax said. And we never got FTR versus Young Bucks 3. And look, FTR's leaving. They're probably going to end up going to WWE. You can have the Young Bucks win this match. This was a huge dropped ball in 2022, by the way. You had FTR with those tag titles. They had the Young Bucks. They totally could have had a 3rd match with them. FTR probably should have won that one because they're like the most popular tag team in the world. At least they were at the time. And then they just never did it for some reason. So give us that match before FTR leaves. They're both in the company still. You could totally do that match. Let's go number 8. More women on TV. If there's one thing that Jamie Hayter versus Hikaru Shida proved this past week on Dynamite, it's that, hey, women can draw ratings as well. And I think that's why Tony Khan tends to keep women sort of relegated to like one match on Dynamite every week. It's because he looks at the analytics and is like, oh, look at this. Women don't draw the ratings. Well, the thing is, when you don't feature women on your programming, people tend to think that your programming isn't sort of for women's wrestling. It's like a vicious cycle. So you want to feature them more on TV. And if you put on really amazing matches, the ratings will pop and you can put more women on TV. Anyways, you got a really great women's roster. You should probably use it more on cable television because, once again, I don't watch Dark or Elevation. Athena's entire heel turn basically took place on YouTube. And so when she showed back up on TV, it was like, why is she a bad guy now? So, yeah, that's kind of how I feel. Number 9, give the Acclaimed real opponents. It was kind of funny. Like a couple of years ago, AEW was like known as the place for tag teams. Then they brought these trio titles up, and then all the tag teams started doing trios stuff. And then that left the tag division completely decimated. It was like the Acclaimed and like the Gun Club. And now the Gun Club seemingly is headed to Ring of Honor after they got that win over FTR. Swerve in Our Glory has broken up, and it's just the Acclaimed. And as a result of that, now they're fighting Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett. Do you see the problem there? The Acclaimed is like the most popular act on AEW. They need some real opponents. Have the Acclaimed beat the Young Bucks. Just show us that you're actually invested in the Acclaimed. It was shocking when they beat FTR clean, but then you realize, oh, FTR is just going to go on a giant losing streak now, and the Acclaimed is just the first ones to beat them. And the last idea here, more pay-per-views. Hey, you're going to go to the UK? Do a pay-per-view there. It worked out for WWE. Clash of the Castle was like their best show of the year. It was great. Maybe go to Japan. Japan and do a pay-per-view there. That'd be kind of cool. Do like Forbidden Door 2, except this time you're in Japan. You're on New Japan's territory, right? I don't think 4 pay-per-views a year is quite enough. Maybe up it to like 8 or something. I don't know. I feel like the 4 or 5 hour pay-per-views are just kind of long. They're too few and far between. The special episodes of Dynamite just kind of don't do it anymore. So yeah, do some pay-per-views. They make a lot of money for you. Like, double up your pay-per-view schedule. I feel like you're just leaving money on the table. That's what I'm here for, Tony Khan, to make you some money. Anyways, that's going to do it for my AEW's resolutions of 2023. Let me know what you think AEW should be doing in the new year in order to be better, because that's what we all want. We just want to be better. Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate it. If you do me a favor, that'd be awesome. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Check out this video over here. I'll see you over there. I'm going to do one of these for WWE too, so, you know, don't freak out. Oh, Steve, WWE could do a lot of stuff too. Look at that dog. She's just sleeping over there. Sleeping deep.